Greetings, my tribe. Welcome to the huddle. Okay, I want you guys to picture this, okay? You work at the electricity company, per se. You're one of the electricians, and you know that whenever there's a storm or some major crisis, you're going to have to probably be called into work and to fix the power lines or something. So they call you in the middle of a storm. You go out, leave your family behind, and you know, drag yourself out of bed at 3 in the morning and fix the wires for the neighborhood, fix the electrical box for the neighborhood. And you figure, you don't really want to go, but you figure, they're going to pay me overtime, so I might as well go, right? So this happens quite often to you. Every time there's an emergency, a crisis, something, they're always calling you to come out in the middle of the night and fix it. So you're adding up your overtime hours. You figure, great, this is going to be great because actually I do have some extra bills to pay. My wife's birthday's coming up, whatever. I'll have some extra money to spend, So payday, after doing this for a while, the payday rolls around and you look at your paycheck, you're expecting to get that extra overtime, right? And you don't see anything. So you go into the boss's office and you say, hey, boss, I don't see, I worked 40 hours extra over the last 2 months or a month or so, and I don't see any results in my paycheck. And your boss tells you, well, the company decided that we were going to take, that money and spread it among the other employees. And you're like, excuse me? What do you mean? And he says, yeah, we decided that, the economy right now is bad. Everybody needs a little bit of something. And so we decided we're going to take those funds and just spread them, give everybody a little bit. That's only fair, right? Is it? Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you for them to share what you worked so hard for? Now, you also notice, so you don't say anything, you go back to work, you're pissed as hell, but you don't say anything, you just let it go. So you go back to work and then a couple of weeks go by and Steve comes up to you and says, hey man, I got my check. I got extra because I worked some overtime, so I got extra. And I'm so glad, man, because my kid's birthday's coming up and boy, I could sure use that extra money. And you're looking at him like, what? So you go to the boss again and you ask, I'm sorry, boss, but are certain people getting their overtime and other people aren't? And he says, what do you mean? He says, well, because Steve said he got paid his extra overtime. And I was just wondering why he got his check for his overtime, but I didn't. And mine was spread out. And the boss tells you, oh, yeah, it's because, Steve, his wife is pregnant and, he needed some extra stuff. He has little kids, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I can't believe this. Why do they do this? And what am I supposed to do about it? Sue or what? I don't know. And you stew and you swallow that anger because you see that there's a preference. Certain things are, and every time you bring it up, they say you're divisive, you're mean, you don't want to share, you're selfish. Is that okay with you guys? Is that okay with you? Well, the same thing happens to Black people regarding HBCUs. Every time we ask for something for our community, they say, oh, well, we donated so many $1 million to HBCUs. Well, first of all, everyone of any race can go to HBCUs. A lot of Asians, a lot of white people, a lot of any group, Arabs, they can go to HBCUs. It's not just for Black people. So why, when the Black community asks for funds for their businesses and projects, specifically for Black people, they say, oh no, we gave it to the HBCUs. So you gave my paycheck, my money to everybody. Without even asking me, you just gave it to them. Does that seem fair to you? And when I ask you for my paycheck, you say, I'm being divisive. I don't like other people. I don't want to share. I don't see anybody asking the Asians that just got $50 million from the city of Los Angeles for housing. I don't see anybody asking them to share. Hello? In addition, not everybody goes to HBCUs. Not everyone wants to swear allegiance to Greek gods. Okay? A lot of those sororities they pledge allegiance to Greek gods, which means they turn their back on Christianity. I'm not going to do that. There was a young Black American girl that just was going to become a part of a sorority, and when she found out they had to pledge allegiance to a Greek god, she said, "No, forget it. I'm not doing that." So not everybody goes to HBCUs. My granddaughter went to Buffalo State in New York, of course. I mean, the state of New York. And yeah, she didn't go to an HBCU. I don't know anybody that went to an HBCU. I think maybe one of my daughter's boyfriends went to HBCU, but that's it. Everybody else I know. So why are you giving all money for the Black community to HBCUs, which a lot of them mismanage it, and they invited Biden to speak at an HBCU for what? After the way he treated Black people after he was elected? I don't think so. I don't agree with that. They need to stop giving money to HBCUs and ask Black people, Black Americans, what they want to do with that money. We do not want that money always designated to HBCUs, and for the government to use the excuse that, oh, we gave to HBCUs. So basically, you're putting it in their pocket. They already have 10 times the wealth we have. And you're going to give them more money? And put our money into the schools that they can go to? It would be different if those schools were designated for Black people only, for Black Americans only. But they're not. I am so sick of us having to share anything given to us, anything that we have a right to. It's not given. We have a right to anything we've earned, we've worked hard for. We have to share it with everyone. Yet anytime anyone else gets something, it's for them. We need to stop being so accepting of this and demand that they give us that money instead of the HBCUs. They're called historically Black colleges and universities, I guess, because they wouldn't let Black students into bright colleges. That's why they had to set up special colleges for them. But right away, everybody and their mother started rushing into the Black colleges. So we are always forced to share. They always have to have their hand in our pocket. Why? Why? Because we let it happen. That's why. I love you guys. Let me give a shout out to my loyal subscribers. Manish Creative. I'm sorry, I'm messing up these names. ASAP Lefty. Takir Boston. Let's see, what is this? At Carishu 6530, Naima Pickney, and let's see, Money Back Guaranteed 8234, Jen Anthony, Roro, the Loke Cody G, and Mr. Jeter. I love you guys. Like I said, it all comes from a place of love. I don't understand why we always have to share and no one else does. But we let it happen. We need to stop letting that happen. Stop letting them use that excuse of giving it to HBCUs.